Hi, I'm Lori Robertson. Welcome to the Berkeley Blend. Today I'll be talking with Cinda Coon, co-owner of the Lunch Cafe in Berkeley. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm Lori Robertson, host of the Berkeley Blend. Thank you for joining us today. This is our premiere episode, and I'm happy to say that I am going to be speaking with Cinda Coon from the Lunch Cafe, a longtime business owner in Berkeley. So Cinda, thank you for being my very first guest. I appreciate it. How are you today?
I am good. Thank you for having me.
Now, I know you're a longtime resident of Berkeley. How long have you lived here?
We have lived here almost 30 years.
Wow, that's a long time. So you raised your family here?
Yes, we did. I have one daughter. I have one daughter and my husband and I, and he graduated from Berkeley High School, and my daughter has, and so, yes, and then we opened a business here.
What made you decide on Berkeley to open your business?
I love Berkeley. I think it's a quaint little city. I think it has so many wonderful people, so many, it just has such a warm feel to it. And when I was looking to open up a lunch business, because I thought that that's what we needed in the city, in this area, I looked in Berkeley and I started looking at different buildings, and it just so happened that this particular spot where we are at, it actually came calling me, and that's when we started out.
Your building has quite a history.
Yes, it does. It has a huge history. It was originally the Kresge's building, and it still has all of the hardwood floors underneath the carpet. It still creaks, it cracks. You go down the basement and it's still creaky and everything, and kind of creepy, but kind of cool in all in itself. My my mother-in-law used to work for Kresge's, and so when we, had mentioned a couple of things in the basement, she says, "Oh yes, well that's where they locked up the candy, and that's where they." So it does. It's just such a neat feeling and kind of home. It's definitely like home to us.
How fun that it came full circle that
Yes.
your mother-in-law worked there, and now you're running your business out of that same building.
Yes.
I don't remember Kresge being there. I have lived in Berkeley for 43 years now, and I don't remember Kresge, but I do remember Harrison Luggage was there for many, many years, and I can remember my parents taking us there to purchase pieces of luggage when we were children. So,
and believe it or not, we still get mail for Harrison Luggage.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
And how long have you been at that location?
We just celebrated 10 years, and as a matter of fact, we're trying to. We've been so busy with catering and all of our business and everything. We're trying to square away a day that we can thank our customers and give away some free food and have everybody come in and just have a fun afternoon and come and kind of celebrate with us, celebrate 10 years.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You'll have to make sure to let us know when the date is so we can promote it.
Absolutely.
I'll definitely be there for that.
Yes.
If a person was new to the area and they had not visited the Lunch Cafe, what type of menu could they expect to find?
Well, like we do get a lot of new customers that come in several times a week. And what we say to them is, we make everything fresh and made from scratch. Any sandwich that you want, if there's certain things that you don't like, we prepare it just exactly how you want it. I make all of my own dressings. I make all of my own soups from scratch. We have a huge clientele of gluten-free that have celiac disease or they're just watching their diet. A lot of vegetarians. Well, since I make everything from scratch, I am able to tell them exactly what goes into anything. So many nut allergies and this and that. There's a lot of science with food, and I'm able to do that. And so we tell them, we basically give it to you how you want it. And I guess that's what's kept us in business for 10 years. So
Where did your passion for a scratch kitchen come from?
Well, it's funny because I have been doing small event catering for over 30 years. And I would do, and I still do, a lot of my catering out of our church kitchen, and I use the facility there. And that's basically, I've just always been one who has, I feel as though there's so many preservatives and additives and everything that's given into our children, into ourselves, and I just don't like it. And I would much prefer myself to eat a meal that's made from scratch and from, I pick my own vegetables. When Eastern Market is going, I love going down there and I get my own produce and all of that. So it's, I don't know, it's just how I want it to be, and our society is going more and more towards that, where it's, farm to table. And
yeah, there's a couple of really good documentaries out there. I don't know if you've seen Fed Up on Netflix, and there's also one called Sugar Coated. Oh my gosh, it really opened my eyes, as far as there's just preservatives and everything, and a lot of people are even going more plant-based. And
yes.
Did you grow up in the kitchen? Like, did you cook with your mom and
I
your
did.
grandma?
I did cook with my mother. My grandparents were from Poland, and everything that my grandma made was made from scratch. Everything that my mother made was made from scratch. And this is just, it's very funny because my father passed away when I was 6 years old, and my mother, who was a registered nurse, said, "Oh, I put your father there." No, my dad did it. It was before we knew what cholesterol was, and this was a red meat and potatoes eating man who smoked, who drank, so.
His generation.
His generation, absolutely. And it was from when my father passed away that my mother's registered nurse came in and she says, "We are not eating like that anymore." And basically that's when all of our lives changed, and we changed our eating habits and started eating more fresh, and just that. And when growing up, ordering pizzas out and driving through, it wasn't an option. It wasn't even around at that time. So, I can remember as a kid when Burger King opened, and that was all, that was like, ooh, that was exciting. So, but we see where that's gotten us.
Yes, as a society as a whole.
Yes, exactly.
What is your favorite dish to make?
Oh, gosh, I don't, it's funny. I have so many. My husband is Italian, and so I love cooking Italian food. I love cooking Polish food. So it's, I really don't have any favorites. I love food. I love food. And
well, I did a little bit of research about you before we met today, and it seems like you're very well known for your soups.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about that.
I have approximately 75 to 80 different soups that I make. It's kind of become, I have certain days, we kind of have a 2-week schedule.
Okay.
And the most popular soups are on certain days. And I can make just about anything into soup. We have a green bean casserole soup. And just to give you, I make my own mushroom soup. And because people and kids are funny and they don't like whole mushrooms, I happen to love them, so I puree it. And we top it with the little onions on top. So that's a very, very popular soup. Our dill pickle soup, it's a Polish soup. And
my daughter would love that.
Yes, and our creamy tomato soup, which is a basil soup, tomato basil soup. There's just so many that I have, and it's, I make all my own vegetable bases. I make my own, because we sell so much chicken salad, I have lots of chicken broth,
okay, that
and
makes sense.
never, ever, ever do I throw any stock away, ever.
Is Angela picking up on all of your cooking skills?
Absolutely, absolutely. She, it's funny because she graduated from College for Creative Studies, and this was not what she wanted to do, but she has found herself being, because of her creative side, she is absolutely wonderful in the catering aspect and setting up and the artistic side of it. And because we really do pride ourselves on setting up and having a really decent price for our catering and stuff like that. And she loves doing the cake decorating side of it, the cupcakes, and so her creative side has definitely come in very, very handy.
That's very neat.
So yeah.
Speaking of catering, with graduation season coming up, how would one go about inquiring about catering?
Just give us a call. Give us a call at the cafe, and we like to have 24 to 48 hours notice.
Okay.
But we can sit down with you and set something up for catering. And I will say that we are booking up for graduation right now.
Okay.
So the sooner you get in, the better. You'll be able to reserve a date and stuff. So yes, definitely.
Do you have anything special planned for Art Bash or any of the special events coming up this summer?
Art Bash is always fun, and last year, because my husband also has a part in all of this, we call it, this is his side job because he does work. He smokes all of his own meat. So he smokes his own pork, and we have pulled pork sandwiches. He smokes chicken, beef. He does all kinds of specialty sandwiches. Those are on Saturdays. He always does that, and he makes his own baked beans and all the good stuff. But in the past years for Art Bash, we've increased it by 10 pounds. Last year we did 70 pounds of pulled pork, and it was gone by 1:30 in the afternoon.
I will have to say, yes, my husband and I,
Yes.
we took part of that.
Yes, you
It
took
was
part of that.
excellent.
So, and then like with the Irish Festival, that was the first year that we did that, and I'm with Twisted Shamrock being right next door to us, I had talked to them, and he knows where I can get Irish sausage, because these people that are Irish, they want Irish, so we will have bangers and mash for the Irish Festival and everything.
That's very
So,
cool.
yeah.
I hope that comes back as a yearly event.
It
was
is. We
really
will be
fun.
back in September, because
good.
they already have set it. The date's already
Good.
set
Oh, good.
for
It was really fun.
September, so, yeah.
I would love to see a Polish festival come as well.
That would be fun,
Especially
too.
because I am Polish as well.
Yes.
Have they talked to you at all about possibilities of narrowing 12 Mile? I was wondering how you felt about that.
I have not. If you've lived in Berkeley long enough, you've seen it widened, you've seen it narrowed, you've seen it widened, you've seen it narrowed. Parking is an issue.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
And for our particular business, it isn't too bad. We have a few spaces. We have none in front of our place.
Right.
We do have like 3 spots on the side of our building on Griffith. And then behind us, because Patrick J's, he doesn't open until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a lot of my customers are able to park in the back parking lot where Hiller's was. And it's just a little walk. In the dead of winter, it's cold, but this time of year, it's nice. It's great.
I find the walk is worth it, though.
Absolutely.
I had lunch at the Lunch Cafe today, and I have to say I just loved the atmosphere. It was like being in my friend's living room. It was fantastic. Everybody was very
good.
friendly, and I really appreciate that
Yes.
you came in today to talk to me and share your stories about
I was
the
glad
Lunch
to.
Cafe.
I
And
was very happy to.
where can we find you? You're on Facebook.
We are on Facebook. We do not have, in this craziness, but we do not have a web. We don't
Okay.
have a website or anything. And, I have a nephew who's, been working on it and everything, but he's also a pastor, so he's busy pastoring at his church that he was given. So, but he's working on that. But you can find us on Facebook, The Lunch Cafe, and our menus are there. The catering menu is there.
Okay.
So anybody that needs it. And if you need us to, we can email you the menu, the catering menu.
Oh, great.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you. I'm glad
you're
that I
my
was
first
here.
guest.
Thank you.
you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really nice to speak to you.
Nice speaking with you.